Howdy.
My name is Tracy Weil, and I'm the Director of Community Programs at Organizing for Action, and I just want to thank you all for coming. Who was on the walk? I recognize most of you. Fantastic. How was that, Victor? It was great from the president.
Well, I'm biased.
Of course. As you should be. That was
awesome.
It was good. Great. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. So again, thank you all for coming. Organizing for Action, we work on a number of issues. We are a nonprofit C4. And we work on 7 different issues, and we have grassroots chapters all across the country that organize around those issues. And my role is to bring events like this together with amazing partners like the Center on Halstead and the Legacy Project and our amazing speakers to talk about those issues and elevate them and have those conversations here and take action if we need to take action. And so that's why we're all here today. And so I thank you all for coming. I was supposed to have a little slide, but the TV doesn't work. So if anyone wants to tweet, please feel free. We are at we are at Twitter handles at OFA, at Center on Halstead, at Legacy Walk 2012. These are also in the bios, so if you want to pull those up. At Christina Kahrl and at Sam Abeysekera. Oh, I had it in my head the way I said it.
Don't worry. You got it. Abeysekera.
Abeysekera.
Should have got it on my phone.
I've had a lot more practice.
I should have recorded it so I could have just played it. So please feel free to tweet if you hear some amazing things, which I know that you will. And I am going to stop talking because I'm going to hand it over to Andrew Fortman.
Great. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello. Hi, my name is Andrew Fortman. I am our Cultural Programs Manager here working within our Community and Cultural Department here at the Center. If this is your first time at the Center, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yay. So glad you're here. If you've been here before, welcome back. Hopefully, if it's your first time here, you'll check us out some more and see some things that are going on. If you go to our website, centeronhalstead.org, there are 9 million things in one given moment happening here. And so I hope today you are inspired, which I know you're going to be. I'm super excited. And a lot of pressure I've just put my inspired now. Yeah, so that's all I need to say. If you have questions for me or anything about the Center, I'm going to be around afterwards. Feel free to pull me aside and ask us questions. So the next step now, I'm going to introduce to you a fabulous colleague of mine who is incredible, inside and outside the workforce. Britta Larson is our Director of Senior and Older Adult Programs, and she's going to come up here and chat with you for just a short bit.
Great, thanks. Thank you. All right, so we're really pleased to have all of you here tonight, and I'll just bend your ear really quickly a little bit about what we do here with regards to older adults. We have a really robust older adult program here at Center on Halstead, and it has really 2 components. So the first is our kind of senior center. So you're probably familiar with the City of Chicago has senior centers. There's lots of senior centers all across the city, but ours is really for LGBTQ people. And it's really the only place like it in Chicago where an LGBTQ older adult can come and the programming is for them. It's really geared for them. They can be out, they can be comfortable, they can be with their fellow LGBTQ peers. So what we do is really, really important. We have a whole host of programs, including lunch 4 days a week. We have a meditation class. We're starting a writing group. We have an advocacy group I'll talk a little bit more about in a minute. We also do outings. We were at the Botanical Gardens yesterday. We had gorgeous weather for it. And the other component of our programming is our housing. So Town Hall Apartments is Chicagoland's first LGBTQ senior affordable housing. And it's really, I think it was the 4th in the country when it opened. So this is very important, very unique. We'll talk a little bit more in a minute about why LGBTQ senior housing. Why is that important? Why is that needed? Why does that matter? But just to think about, again, this is designed for them, and the town hall residents can be themselves. They can be out. But the majority of LGBTQ older adults are not living in that building, right? 79 apartments. So really, we have a lot of work to do to really create more safety and more places of acceptance for our LGBTQ older adults. Because for the most part, they're having quite a hard time as they age and need more care, need more assistance, need more services, need more help. You can find more about our programming on our website. We always list our current monthly calendar there. I mentioned one of the programs that we do within senior services, our senior advocacy program. and it's one of my favorite things. So we have a group of seniors that come together every Thursday. They are activists. They are very involved in the LGBTQ community, and they are trained to go out and speak on LGBTQ aging issues with the public. And they're a very, very robust group. And I'd like to introduce one of the seniors in that group who'll talk a little bit about his experience as an LGBTQ older adult, a little bit about sort of where we've gone, where we're going, what the next challenges are. So Tim Shanna is a gay activist currently living in Chicago. In the 1990s, he worked on AIDS care and education with groups both in Chicago and New Orleans. He spent many years working on the national and local levels for acceptance of same-gender clergy couples within the Lutheran Church. Currently, Tim spends his time working to ensure that LGBTQ seniors receive respectful, dignified, and culturally competent care in their aging years. Please welcome Tim.
Good evening, everybody. I'm scripted this evening. It's a pleasure to be speaking to you on the importance of Legacy Project. All those who have come before me that have done so much powerful work, making it possible for me to be standing here involved in this evening. I am indeed a queer senior activist. A little backstory on why I'm working on my passion today. August 3rd will be 1 year since the death of my husband of 22 years, Tony Garcia. During his illness of 3 years, with many hospital visits and stays, the homophobia, bigotry, and civil rights violations encountered were startling. We thought we'd done all the right things. I had his health care power of attorney. We had even been able to get married. But even with the legal paperwork in place, there was no respect or dignity to be given. Rather than spending the rest of my life in courts fighting the injustices we'd gone through, I decided I needed to be a voice and work for positive change. Being the first out-group of LGBTQ seniors in history, there are many changes that must be made. For a group that has faced workplace discrimination, leaving them less income than their hetero counterparts in their aging years. The group that went through the early years of the AIDS crisis, raising money, awareness, and caring for their friends with the illness. So now, with firsthand knowledge of the huge need for responsible care of LGBTQ senior community, I will speak out and show up and try to make changes wherever I can. Some history within my lifetime. Having graduated from high school in 1969, and homosexuality having the diagnosis of being mentally ill or diseased until 1973. If my parents had chosen, I could have been given a lobotomy or permanently placed in an institution. This era, leaving many LGBTQ seniors today not trusting health care or psychological care. So to be in the time of marriage equality is amazing. Now we must never forget our history to make sure we never go back and only move forward with all the work left to be done. In closing, something I must always remember is that as a white man, I am the privileged part of an oppressed group. That it is my responsibility to make sure there is always room at the table for all within the LGBTQ community. So if you see some old queen causing trouble in front of a building or in the middle of the street, hopefully it's me trying to make change in my waning years. Thank you for listening.